How do we beat the high cost of long-term care? My God, we just had a client. I think it's 2 weeks ago now. Came in from one of the local facilities. Right, it's a skilled nursing facility, and the daily rate is now up to $550. And it's a very good place. I'm not saying it isn't. Very good, very nice place. Um, but they're going to find another $50 to throw on that. So a day. So let's talk about $600 a day. A day. I didn't think. I'll be straight up with you. I didn't think that. I didn't think I'd be seeing that. Not for another several years. But when you understand how long-term care, the economics of long-term care, how it works, very, very difficult situation. And some people think, oh, it's just, boy, it'd be great to run a nursing home because they overcharge you so much and it's terrible. And it's much more fundamental than that. Okay, it's not a matter of the facilities. I mean, they're doing the best they can, and it ain't. It is not an easy. It's not an easy slog to run a long-term care facility. Think about this. Not only do you have to run a hotel, and you do have to run a hotel, but the guests don't leave, and they're not doing particularly well, and you have to be in the room all the time. Everything that you have to do, but not maybe they'll eat at the restaurant. Instead, it's room service for everybody all the time, 24 hours a day. How'd you like? I mean, just think about that. Just think if you had a building full of healthy people, and you were responsible for all their laundry, all their food, all their everything. Okay, and they're healthy. Just assume they're healthy, right? Oh my God, what a monumental task that would be. And then assume they're not healthy. And in addition to everything else, you've got the healthcare concerns to worry about as well. Okay, this is the problem. All right, and then add to it. Okay, so that's fundamentally, right? Fundamentally, it's a very difficult thing to do. But then add on what's happening in the world these days, which is there are a lot of us older people. You just got to face it. That's just the way it is. Okay. I mean, look at the demographics. It's very, very clear that there aren't enough younger people. There are not as many younger people replacing the old people. Okay, that's just the way it is. We've been way below replacement rate for a while now. And some places in the world, like look at China. Everybody's like, "Oh, China overpopulated." Blah 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 blah. Are you kidding me? China is in the beginning right now of a population collapse. Everyone's all worried about how many people over in China. Well, what you got to worry about is they're all old. Okay, here's the theory is that the reason the Russians are moving on Ukraine right now, being all warlike and stuff, is because in 10 years they'll all be too old to do it. How about that? Imagine that you're looking at your population, you're saying, at least now yeah, they're not trained, and we don't have any weapons or good ones or anyway, but we got a lot of them, so we can burn them up now because there aren't going to be any left. All right, that's the Russian thing, and China's got the same problem. Well, why aren't they going after Taiwan? Well, one of the reasons has got to be who's going to do it. Who's going to do it? Right? What was it? 30, 40 years ago, Mao put in the one-child policy. Okay, well, the consequences of that are coming home. And don't you remember, like when you were in high school and stuff, they're all like, "Oh, we're going to burn up the planet. Oh, peak oil. Oh, peak everything." You still got people, running around saying the same sort of thing, except they can't say the same sort of thing they scared us with then. Now they got to say it's global warming or climate change or whatever it is this week. Whatever it is, the global catastrophe, which, oh, human beings are the infection on the planet. We got to wipe out there are really people who think that, and they seem to be dictating policy. And as a consequence, right? And so that's the big picture. But the big picture matters. The big picture matters. How does it affect you in your life? The way it affects you in your life is there are a lot fewer young people around right now to provide the care that you're going to need. That's the consequence. All right. See, when a society has um, more younger people than old people, right? Well, then there's lots of young people to, bop around, go to school, learn stuff, make stuff, do stuff, right? But as the population gets older, right? As the population gets older, well, there's more needs. The population has more needs. And what about those young people? Mm, if they're not a whole bunch of them, right? They're looking out for themselves. Okay, they're doing their own thing, just like you did, right? And the supply of care, the number of people willing to give the care is down. The number of people needing the care is up. Well, when demand goes up and supply goes down, what happens to price? Right. It goes up. Price skyrockets. That's what's going on right now.